Hi, this is Tuulia of Honesty Europe, and I'm here to answer questions that you or somebody else has sent to me. I got a question about how to talk about sensitive topics to your partner. These topics could be feeling attracted to somebody else, or having sexual fantasies about other people, or wanting to meet other people. This was the example that I received. Well, I think there is no way around it than talk. So that's one. You can think in your head and plan the conversation forever and ever. And I think the main thing is that you do open your mouth and talk. Okay, so that can sound a bit harsh. And while I do think that the main point is that you do open your mouth, there can be some things to set up to ensure that the other one is actually in a place of hearing you, that they are able and willing to, and that you get your message across the best way possible. So I would propose that you ensure that you have enough time with your partner to talk about it, that neither of you are tired or hungry or somehow anxious or stressed. So maybe a rather early evening than late evening, or time in the weekend. Of course, not having kids or relatives or other people around, so that you have a nice, comfortable space for you. And yeah, the most suitable line that works for me personally is like sharing some vulnerability. Like, I feel nervous sharing you this, I worry you might feel upset, I feel anxious right now and I don't want to hold this from you. So then, like, sharing the vulnerability and then going to the motivation. So I don't want to withhold this from you. You are important to me and I don't want to have secrets from you. I notice this being going through my head or troubling me, so I do want to talk about it with you. I want to share this with you, and then I'm willing to hear how you feel about it, what's arising in you. So it's not a monologue, it's a dialogue, and inviting the other people, the other person, to have space too. And if it's something really difficult and sensitive, sometimes I do make a request like, hey, I want to share something and it's difficult for me to share it, and I would like you to just listen first few minutes, and then I'm willing to hear what's arising for you. What do you want to share? How is that for you? And if there's anything that you want to talk about. So also it's totally fine, in my opinion, to ask some space without questions, interruptions, or anything else. And of course, there's no guarantee that the other one can keep it. They might get really triggered. And then I think it's also to provide them the space to be heard and seen in what is arising in them. It might be something you've been thinking about it already for a while, like, oh, I have a fantasy of your best friend or our neighbor or my co-worker or something, and then it comes to them, they are not prepared in the same way. So they might have a reaction, and when you stay present, maybe the reaction will shift, and maybe you can come back to the topic if you cannot kind of get it over in one go, and say, hey, I'm willing to talk another time, and I'm willing to hear what is arising in you. I'm willing to share the details. And for me, it is important to share these vulnerable personal details so that you create connection and understanding rather than distance. Okay, I cannot tell him or her this or that or that or that. And then there's more and more and more and more things that you don't tell, that are keeping distance in your relationship, rather than being willing to take the chance, noticing all the unpleasant sensations in your body, all the fears and worries, and then going ahead and talking anyway. I think taking risks is part of love as well. I care so much about you that I'm willing to show my deep secrets with you, my fears, my fantasies, while knowing that you might have a strong reaction to it, while knowing you might not like it. So I'm Tuulia of Honesty Europe. Tell me if you have any questions. Ciao!